Hey love, thank you so much for watching this video today. It's your girl LaShanda here, creator of Sister Sense. You know, I always think it's a pleasure when you click play and watch something that I have to say. The little shy girl from Brooklyn sharing all this information, right? So again, thank you for watching this video. I'm also excited because I got to hit record with this cute little Bluetooth remote here. I am such a fan of these little gadgets. I can't tell you. Definitely because I record a lot. I'm recording this on my iPad or my iPhone, any type of mobile device. And you know, sometimes you got to stretch over and hit the record button and your hand is in the way. And some people use the selfie sticks. That's not me. I love these cute little things. I've added them actually onto my new Jumpstart Your Business kits so that the mobile ladies in my circle can get everything that I get. So yeah, that's a side note, but just excited about sharing these little remotes and goodies with you guys. But hopefully you can hear me well. I'm a little congested and the eyes are a little bit shrunk. I did quite a bit of crying today. Not expected and not bad crying, not sad crying. Really overcome, overjoyed, really in the spirit, just excited about what's happening next crying. So it was a good thing. But you know what? I want to talk about today the fact that this particular video is for my loners, for my leaders, for my social introverts out there. Y'all know who you are. Typers, not talkers like me, right? People who are really excited about or passionate about, feel purposeful about sharing something powerful with the world. But for whatever reason, God made you to be a little bit quiet, right? God made you like me where we're kind of in this space where we want to be behind the scenes most of the time, but we want to be out there, right? We want to have that opportunity to share, but still a little bit quiet, right? So for my loners, my social introverts, but really my out-of-the-box girls, ladies who are not quite like every other sister or brother out there. You think differently, you do things differently, and you're always looking for an opportunity to find people who connect with you. So all of y'all, this is for you, okay? Mwah. So my first question, because I've actually got 4 questions that I want to ask you today so that you can get a clarity session with me, right? My first question is, where are you supposed to be right now? I asked that because today was interesting. Real talk, really interesting. I went to Carla Cannon's Women of Standard event. She has some amazing meetups every month here. And I tell you, I always walk away feeling blessed, de-stressed, and really just ready to conquer the world. Now, I wasn't supposed to be there today. There were actually a couple of events happening. And I was like, oh, she's doing Monetize Her Message. That's so awesome. You know, I love to monetize, right? I'm always about monetizing your message. I wanted to be there, but there were a few things going on. I kept seeing her event coming up on Facebook, and I'm like, ooh, I know it's coming. One of the ladies in our mutual circle sent me an email, and she said, you know, LaShanda, are you going to be there? Because the last event I saw you at Greenville, you had your startup guides, and I didn't get one, and I really want to get one. Are you going to be there? And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be there. You can get it online. She's talking about this one, y'all. Very recently, I did my Start Her Up booklet, Start Her Up, how to make it, monetize it, and market it online. 3 steps to building a web business on a floss string, not a shoestring, floss. I started up on a floss string budget, and I want to talk about the basics of what it is that you need to do to get that done. So she said, are you going to be there? I really would love to get the guide. So I said, okay, well, I realized that one of the events I wanted to go to was starting at 10. Carla's event was starting at 9. So I said, okay, maybe I could just jump in that one and, you know, see what they got going on. I could connect with this young lady because she wants to see me, and then go to the other event. Where are you supposed to be right now? So I get to the event. Lita, awesome Women of Standard team member of Carla's camp. She comes up. She has a prayer session just before introducing Carla. And she says, I know some of y'all have things that y'all were supposed to do today, but you were meant to be here. And oh, that hit me. Because I was like, wait, is she talking to me? And one of the young ladies, she said to me, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. I'm so excited. I said, yeah, I'm just coming for a little bit, but I've got to go to another event that's supposed to be happening today. And she was like, I told her the event. She's like, wait, that's not happening today. That's on the 27th. I said, what? She's like, yeah, that's on the 27th. That's not today. I was like, yay, I get to stay. Where are you supposed to be right now? Right? And I did not expect to stay, but I tell you, girl, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours in, I was in it. Now, you want to think about for yourself, what are you supposed to be doing right now? Where are you supposed to be right now? Sometimes you may see things or feel things and go, I'm too busy, or it's not quite right what it's supposed to be. But I followed my gut. And my gut kept saying to me, you know what? This one person, this one awesome, beautiful young lady, she said, she wants to see you. So even if it's just 10 minutes, just drive over there, stick your foot in, stick your toe in, stick an eyeball in, just go. Something kept compelling me to go. So you want to think about what's compelling you. Where should you be this year? What should you be doing? What is compelling you? And it's just, you cannot resist it. I always, at the end of the day, try to follow my gut. Right? My gut getting a little bit bigger than I want to be. I try to follow my gut. And my gut was saying, you need to be there. Let me tell you, I needed to be there. Carla said, I'm not going to monetize your messes, ladies. I was praying over it. I was thinking about it. And I said, today we're going to have a sister talk. Because there's some things that you need to get out. You need to release. You need to work through. That's what we are going to do today. She had 3 amazing women of God, 3 pastors, ministers came out among the other many women who were there, and it was woo. When I say, like, my little chinky eyes are always small. It's hard for me to open them sometimes. Cries, hugs, love, prayer. Oh, I took video, by the way, the things that I could, the sister talk, certain things we want to keep within the community. But when the ministers, the pastors, women of God came up and they shared their messages, I had the pleasure of taking some snippets of that. So y'all can watch the recordings on my YouTube channel. You get that too. But I want to say, I believe it was Pastor Sherry, very prophetic. She said, let me tell you something right now. You in for something. You're in for something. When she gets up here and she starts to speak to y'all going to see it, Pastor Sherry. Again, you'll watch the video, get some of the nuggets. And so we had the opportunity individually to go up and be blessed by her and have her pray over her and have her speak to us. And so she spoke to me. Carla said, come here. And I was like, oh, you shrink up sometimes, right? As a social introvert, I could be, yeah, blogging, yeah, all out there. Then somebody said, come. I was like, oh. But I wanted to go up. I wanted to hear what she had to say. And I wanted to get my blessing. And I wanted to hear the message. I cried. As soon as she finished, I ran to my seat and I had to write down everything that she said because I was like, I can't forget this. I can't forget this. I was like, thank you, God. 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 She said to me, God says to me right now, you are my little out-of-the-box girl. And I know that you are wondering why I am out here alone. There are so many people in this world that are doing the same thing, day out, day out, day out, day in, day out, the same thing. But God says, you are my little out-of-the-box girl. And you out in the wilderness. You out there in a space that not a lot of people are. And you're wondering why you're out there alone. And it hit me. She said, God says, you're my little out-of-the-box girl. And I know you're wondering why you're out there alone. And you feel like you're out there in the wilderness by yourself. But I want you to know that you are not alone. For my loners who are leaders, who are social introverts, you know that feeling that you're different, that you've got something, that you can't quite just do what everybody else is doing. You're called to do bigger and better. But then at the same time, it's like you feel like you're out there. You're out of the box and you're out there alone. And I said, Jesus, this lady, how does she know that? But she said, God said, God's speaking through her to me. She said, you are not, he says through her, you are not out there alone because I am going to bring the right people to you. You are not meant to connect with everybody. You're not meant to be around everybody. I am going to bring the right people to you. I felt her. She touched my stomach. She said, in you is purpose. She kept saying, in you is purpose. I sat down and I was like, oh my God, like the tears. I just couldn't stop. This idea that knowing that even though sometimes I can think and feel like, God, I feel so alone. I just, you can be around a lot of people. I have thousands of people who watch me online. I have my boys, my baby, my little CEO. I have his father. And sometimes I just feel alone. I feel like I've got all this and I want to give and give and give. But to know that God knows and He spoke to me today through her. And I'm speaking to you through them. Leaders, loners, out of the box girls, where are you supposed to be right now? I was supposed to be there so I could get my message. Carla said, when God has something for you, He is going to bring the right people to you. And you have to be ready to receive, to hear it. And I followed my gut, and thank God that I did. Sometimes we may say, oh, I'm too busy to go. I got too much on my plate. Or, oh, I don't really want to. You come up with all these reasons why not to, when you know in your gut you should be. That was me. I had to hug that baby girl I hugged. Her name was Ty, by the way, who said, LaShanda, can you come out? I want to get you started up, God. I hugged her. I said, because of you, I am here. You wanted something from me, but I needed something that only you could guide me to. Thank you. Thank you. Where are you supposed to be right now? Living in your purpose, getting that message that God has to give to you, being around the people who are going to lift you up and not tear you down. Because you know what I say. When I'm on Sister Sense, I always say, as part of my power circle, the success of your business depends on the company that you keep. Are you in good company? I was in amazing company today. Amazing. So where are you supposed to be right now? What are you supposed to be doing right now? Over on Sister Sense, one of the first things I did this year was my Jumpstart Your Business Circle was 2 calls on resolutions that you should keep. I had to think about it real good. Resolutions that you should keep this year. Because there are a lot of resolutions people make and they fall off. They get excited and they drop off. Resolutions that you should keep. What did you resolve to do at the beginning of the year? One of the things I said is that I wanted to work specifically with a small group of women inside of my Fire Starter Circle, tongue-tied, my mastermind group. I said, you know what? God is calling me to do Fire Starter Circle, not just for a day, not just for 2 days, but for the whole year, and to consistently work with women, helping them get clear, just as clear as I've gotten about how to build my brand and my business online, how to help them do that. So the mastermind, that was what I felt like I was called to do. What do you feel like you were called to do this year? Now, he told me last year, fire starter, that's what you're going to do. Some things you just know. Some things he just tells you and internally you get it. He didn't tell me something else. So at the beginning of the year, and it's funny because today Carla hugged me. She said, didn't I tell you? She said, we're connected through God. You and I, we're connected. We had a meetup, she and I want to say maybe in late January, in February. And she said, where's your book? I said, well, I write ebooks, girl. I used to write other books. No. She said, you have so much information. Where is your book? I need to see your books. And I'm like, I don't have books. I do a lot of masterminds. I do webinars. I'm online all the time. Ebooks, girl. No, I need to see you writing. Now, let me tell you the grace of God, because Pastor Sherry said to Carla, not only do I see you creating this business and this ministry and bringing it together, I see you prophesizing and helping other women. And I said, how amazing is that? Because Carla said to me a few months ago, where is your book? And what's funny about after I met her, somebody on Facebook, one of the ladies in my circle said, I was on Amazon. I was looking up offers. And out of curiosity, I said, let me type in LaShanda. She said, where's your book? I said, don't worry, girl. I'm working with Carla. It's coming. But I didn't know that, right? I didn't know that. So Carla and I, we're talking, we're actually working on getting a collaboration together. And in 2 collaborations. One I'm working on with her. There was another one, and I said, Carla, I got to hold off. Remember, I said, I got a lot going on. Sometimes what you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to do, you're not quite there yet, because sometimes there's just a lot of things going on, or in your mind you're making up excuses, right? So I said, okay, I'm going to do the collaboration with Carla. It's me, her, and another young lady. I could do that. But to write a whole book by myself, I can't do that one yet. I can't do that one yet. God said this year you're going to write like you've never written before. You're going to go back to the basics. You're going to go back to the woman who used to say, I'm a typer, not a talker. Now I talk all day, every day. I'm on calls every month, webinars, I'm speaking, going out to people's events. But it all started with the typer in me, the social introvert who was like, oh, I don't want to be in front of people. I want to be in front of the computer, just typing. I don't write as much as I used to. He said, you're going to write. You're going to go back to that love of writing. So I said, okay, well, how can I be faithful to this message? I just have so much on my plate. He said, okay, you can't do maybe 300 pages or 150 pages, but what about 20 pages? And that's when I created this bad boy. Start Her Up. Start Her Up, Sister Sense, 20 pages of information on how to make it and market it on a floss string budget. I say that because, one, in addition to think about where you're supposed to be, think about what you're supposed to be doing, because he will tell you, but sometimes he will have other people come to you and tell you, right? And I thought to myself, well, I'm going to do this collaboration, but I can't write this other book. That's way too long. He said, all right, you don't got to do 100 pages, but you got to do something. And so writing this 20-pager, which, by the way, I released it at one of Carla's events. I talked about how to unblock your business blessings. And ladies were like, oh, I want it. People were buying the startup guide. And it's so funny because one of the ladies said, okay, are you going to be there today? Because I didn't get to get the guide that day. You were all out. Can I get it today? This is what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm meant to focus on, in addition to my mastermind, writing, getting back to that love, me being that typer, and sharing my information and inspiration with people in print, right? So you want to think about for yourself, what are you supposed to be doing right now? That is so very, very important. Who should you be working with? I just said to you, the success of your business depends on the company that you keep. Who should you be working with? Sometimes we grumble. Sometimes we mumble. I don't want to go out to that. It's funny because Carla was talking about Pastor Sherry and how she was supposed to meet up with her one day, and she was trying to figure out how to get out of it, and she had a lot of stuff. Listen, us introverts, even the social introverts, the leader loners out there, we'll make up excuses as to why it sounded good at the time, but we don't want to go. She said I was meant to go, right? And there was so much grace and information and power that she got from Pastor Sherry that it was important to go, just as if it was important for me to be a part of Women of Standard today. Who are you supposed to be working with? That was important for me to sit down at Carla when we went to Panera, and we just rocked it out for several hours, and we talked about what we should be working on. And she had questions about me. LaShanda, I know you build membership websites and you build communities. How can you help me do that? And you were a powerhouse. And I was like, girl, you writing up a storm and you creating your space and you creating the Women of Standard ministry here. You're creating community. And she motivated me actually to do one of my first local workshops here at Greenville when I talked about how to fire start her business. That fueling that fire, giving each other information, but inspiring each other as well. Who are you supposed to be working with right now? That's important. That's so important. Because you cannot be an island, and you cannot sit in your head, and you cannot just watch videos online. You need to talk to folks. That is so important. I was an online behind a computer person for a very long time. But when I stepped it up, and I not only got in front of the camera, but I got on the phone, and I put my shoes on, I put my little lip gloss on, got cute, and I went out to events. That made all the difference. Who are you supposed to be working with right now? You got to put yourself out there, and you might say, how? Pastor Rosemary said, 1 step. I said, wow. Now, it might not sound like what you want to hear, because sometimes we want the specifics. We want to be like, girl, we want 1 step. one step. For me, that meant, okay, somebody called me. Now I'm going to actually put a number on my website. For many years, I didn't have a number on my website. You can call me. I talk a lot now. I do a lot of clarity sessions with my clients. You can call me, talk to me one-on-one. I do a lot of workshops with my clients. I go out and I speak at other people's workshops. I do webinars. I do teleconferences. I'm on the phone all the time. The typer, the girl who said, I'm a typer, not a talker. I don't talk to folks. So, you could just, either read it and glean from the information I'm sharing, or watch a video, right? But that one step of going out there, of connecting, of getting on the phone. I remember Rochelle Shaw, she said, girl, I want to work with you. We started Women of Color coaching together, getting on the phone with Rochelle. One little step. All the doors open up. Who are you supposed to be working with right now? Last but not least, my final question for you is, are you ready to unleash your awesomeness? God said, creating awesome. I said, okay, Lord. He said to me, when you are here to do something, and I know sometimes you feel lonely and you feel like you don't got enough support and you feel like you're doing it all by yourself, girl. But look, I want you to do the Fire Starter Circle. I want you to create your mastermind group, and I want you to work with specific women throughout the year. Now, I always talk about target marketing, and sometimes people they get nervous. Like, if I make a target, then I'm isolating myself. I want everybody to be able to use my stuff. But the more and more I work with people, the more specific I get. The more I realize that I'm not here for everybody. Right now, I'm here to work with women who have very specific needs. It's funny. I want to say about 2-3 nights ago, I did my Jumpstart Your Business call, and it was about how to prep for your launch. Whatever you're trying to launch right now, how to prep for that. One of the ladies on the call said, you know what, LaShanda, this is so timely because I'm about to launch my book. Another lady said, you know what, I'm launching a product and I'm doing a free webinar, so I need to talk to you about pricing. I am here to work with very specific women, right? So if you are ready to unleash your awesomeness and you've got something specific that you want to do as far as your virtual vision is concerned, then maybe we can work together. Last year I did one of my webinar conferences. It was called Pro Webinars. I never forget. So one of the ladies in my circle, so awesome, Miss Blue, she said, you know why? She said to me, I want to sign up because you talked about being a pro, right? I said, I want to do pro webinars so I can show you how to create webinars for profit or promotion. I want you to become professional and understand what it takes to develop a profit stream for yourself online. So going prowebinars.sistersense.com. She said, my resolution, my vision, this was last year when I did pro webinars. She said, my vision for myself was to become a pro. She said, I told my friends, I'm going pro this year. So when I saw that, I was like, yes, I want that. That's exactly what I need right now. And for me, again, it's not about, target audiences. I throw that stuff away. It's about that target woman, that specific person that I know God has called me to reach, and I've got something specific to share with her. And right now, he says it's all about creating awesome content, awesome products, awesome information. There are so many women in my circle, men included, who are just overflowing like myself. When you're a social introvert, the loners, the leaders out there, you've got all this stuff that you want to share, but you're like, how do I get it out? How do I get it out? So my mastermind all day, every day, this past year, the last several months, this is my third mastermind, by the way, Creating Awesome. It's just about what you need to do to take all of that information that is inside of you and put it out there into the world. I'm a virtual girl, so for me, it's about sharing that virtual vision. And I work specifically with the women who go, that's exactly what I need to be working on right now. Exactly what I need. I don't talk target audiences, y'all. That was a thing of the past for me. It's about target woman, target person, that you know exactly what it is that you want to say. And when you say it, if you're in the right space at the right time and you think to yourself, you understand that you have to follow that gut, and you say, where he telling me to go right now? When you go there, she's there, he's there, they're there, and you reach them. So are you ready to release your awesome and create awesome? Now, I hope that you feel like you've gleaned something from me today. I definitely want to make sure that you take a look at Carla Cannon, Women of Standard. Like I said, I've got a few video clips that I'm going to share in combination with this video so that you can check her out and listen to the ministers, the amazing women that she had, women of God that she had. They just poured into me. And like I said, I may sound like Elmer Fudd a little bit on this video just because I was crying so much. Good cries. Good cries, releasing that sister talk session that she had. And so here is what I want you to do. Outside of thinking about the questions that I had today, what are you supposed to do? Where are you supposed to be? Who are you supposed to be working with? Are you ready to unleash your awesome and create awesome? If you're ready to go there and take that next step, whatever that case may be, I always have a lot of information, inspiration, and content to share with you. As I mentioned at the beginning of the session or video, I'm always having clarity sessions with my clients. God called me to focus on my writing a lot more than I used to, so I did create the Start Her Up guide over at startherup.sistersense.com. Start her, HERUP.sistersense.com. 3 steps to building your business on a floss-string budget. And I talk about the essentials, just the basics of building your website, understanding what you want to do to build your brand, make it, market, and monetize it. People have questions about what they need and how they get started, and it's basically what I talk about here. But I also combined Start Her Up, which you can either get the virtual copy or you can get a print one. You can order it over there. I also have 20 videos that I've included, that you can either just get the guide itself or you can get the guide in combination with watching the 20 videos, because I'm a visual girl and I love to be able to kind of figure out what I need to do next. So I've got some of my best videos in combination with the guide over at startherup.com for those of you who are ready to unleash that awesome and do that next big thing. That's number 1. Number 2, like I said, I'm so excited about these little thingies right here. I get to record. I got by the way, it's somewhere around here. I've got another one. I got a Hitachi Bluetooth. If you follow me on Sister Sense, you know that I am a digi girl at heart, right? And I hate having to hit record like this. So I got a Hitachi Bluetooth. I spent about $50 on it on Amazon. Amazon's one of my favorite spots. But these powerhouses right here are not even half the price. They are so super amazing. So I got a bunch of them and I added them into my kits, my virtual kits, and I'll definitely share information about that. Or you can email me and say, LaShanda, I watched your video. How do I get one of those remotes? And how do I get your Jumpstart Your Business kit? All of that you can find on Sister Sense. But if you get lost, you can email me and I'll let you know where to go for that. So sharing what I've got, helping you unleash your awesome, that's definitely something that I want to do. And my virtual kits are designed to do just that. So I take a lot of the little goodies that I use, whether it be my tripod, my favorite headset, my favorite battery chargers, all the stuff that I use in my business that you may want to use to make the most of yours. I put those in my Jumpstart Your Business kits. Special shout out to creator and awesome woman Kim Coles. Yay! She did an awesome review for my Jumpstart Your Business kits. I know you remember Kim from Living Single Sinclair. Woo woo woo! I can't tell you how excited I am. She did an awesome review of my kit. So I've got some new kits. I got the sold out kits. They're coming back, and with the new tripods and the remotes and all that good stuff. So definitely look out for that. And if you are ready to take that next step and work specifically with me as far as creating awesome, my next mastermind, which is happening very, very soon, is my Creating Awesome Mastermind inside the Firestarter Circle, which you can find either at firestartercircle.com or by going to creatingawesome.sistersense.com. And for 6 weeks, we're going to focus on 3 very specific areas. One, for those ladies out there who keep saying to me, LaShanda, I love the Power Circle. I want to make something just like that. And you're interested in creating your own community and building your own membership website. That's one thing that we're going to talk about together over the course of the 6-week program. I'll show you exactly what I like to do. And yes, I am a techie girl, but I work with a lot of non-technical women. So I try to break things down for you as much as possible. And we do virtual webinars so you can see exactly what I'm clicking and step by step get a sense of what you need to do. So we're going to talk about how you can create your own awesome membership website using my Sister Sense Power Circle as a blueprint. Also talking about creating content that rocks. I love blogging for business. I love being an information entrepreneur, and everything that God pours into me and puts up here, I write it down and I create a video about it and I put it out there into the world. So one of the things that we're going to do is create 6 weeks of awesome content. I'm going to show you how to create some content as far as products for your particular membership website, but not just that. We're going to talk about articles. If you are interested in blogging and you're blogging or you're trying to get into it and you want to get started, I'm going to share different articles that you can blog about every single week so that you can create awesome content with me as well. And then last but not least, you see, this is the starter her up guide, right? And God has called me to share this with you guys. One of the things that I love to do is to self-publish. And it's funny because the amazing man that he is, my hubby, I'll never forget when we started dating back in the day. I don't know what compelled me. I was like, yeah, these are some poems. He had so many questions to ask me. What you do? Why you do this? Why you do that? Gotta love a man who loves you and wants to know everything about you, right? And I shared my poems in my stories with him, and I had a lot of different things on my blog. I still do the Black Parenting blog. He's like, why don't you write a book? And this is back in the day, right? So I got into self-publishing, and I wrote Touched by Boys, Loved by Men. That was a book of poems, which I said, Carla, I've got stuff out there. And I've got my book of poems, A Better Today Brings a Brighter Tomorrow, a resource guide for parents on after school and college programs for inner city youth, as well as Little Bits, my book of bedtime poems. When my first nephew was born, I wanted to create a nice Afrocentric book of poems, and all of that you can find as well if you Google me, or even something, you find it, you ask me, it's there. But Carla was saying, you self-published those books, but I want to see a physical book about business, entrepreneurship, the web, technology, startups, things like that. I haven't self-published a book there yet. But I say that to say I absolutely love self-publishing. I love creating and sharing my message, getting it out there. And so one of the things that I've done in my mastermind, the first mastermind that I did, we talked about how to self-publish your magazine. I've got my Sister Sense in Print magazine, which you can take a look at mag.sistersense.com. So my mastermind circle, I gave them a template so they can go in Microsoft Word and let me tell you, if you see my mag, it looks awesome, right? How they can create their own brand magazines. That was the first mastermind. The second mastermind, which is ending very soon, happening right now, we're talking about how to self-publish your own CDs. So put your amazing content on a CD, especially for the virtual people out there. So if you go to an event, or if people who are participating in what you have online want something physical, you can put that on a CD. And there's so many different types of CDs to create, by the way. Audio is not just the only thing you can do, but go on Sister Sense. I'll tell you more about that. But this one, right? This one, for creating awesome, you will get my template to creating your own 20-page guide. So throughout the 6 weeks, we're going to work on some awesome content for your membership website, for your blog, awesome content that you can write about every week, especially for y'all who I need to put more stuff out there. I just don't know what to say. I'm going to help you and guide you and tell you what you can do to create that awesome content. We're going to talk specifically about building your membership websites. Then last but not least, I'm going to break it down so over the course of the 6 weeks, you can create your own 20-page guide, and I'll give you a template as well so that you can write your information and then put it in there. And I'm a graphics girl, but I love to empower clients so that you don't have to go to a graphics designer if you don't need to. Some of my ladies, they go, girl, I know you told me how to do it, but I want you to do it anyway. But still, we get in front of the webinar, and I show you how you can use graphics and stock photos, and you can put some pretty things together for yourself, independently of working with a professional like myself. So if you are ready to unleash your awesome, I'm definitely here to help you do that. Like I said, my mastermind, the Creating Awesome series, is happening, and I would love for you to be a part of it, but it's only for a small group. So make sure that you go over to the Firestarter startercircle.com. I'll make sure I put all these links with the videos as well. It's 6 weeks, and then I'm going to just knock it all out. We're going to have a 3-day weekend of amazing awesomeness, talking about a lot of what we worked over in the course of the 6 weeks plus more. I've got a weekend workshop happening here in Greenville, North Carolina. But whenever I do my weekend workshops, I make sure that you can participate virtually and physically, right? So just in case you cannot make it out to Greenville, you can participate via webinars online. But I love that ladies love to be here, and they can say, LaShanda, look at my computer, or, oh my God, it's so good to have you here because I'm stuck right now. Or just to say, you know, I got so much going on in my world. I love that you've given me these 3 days to just kind of focus on my business with you in a quiet space. If that's something that you want, you can either register for the 6 weeks mastermind, or you can register to be a part of the mastermind plus come out and get a ticket to come out and participate in the 3 days in the Aloft with me and some amazing, awesome women in my circle. So those are some things that I've got here for you, working specifically with you if that's something that you are ready to do. But again, thank you, Carla. Thank you for pressing play and listening to me today, whatever craziness going on with you, or, you know, whatever craziness going on with me. God said, this is what you're supposed to do. This is where you're supposed to be today. Thank you, Carla Cannon. Thank you, Herlene. Thank you, Ty. Thank you to Eve Angel, because trust me, girl, I was like, I need to go to her event. I thought your event was today, and I was like, all of you amazing ladies are just seeing what you're doing and knowing that things are going. Everything that you did motivated me, and every little piece, one step, got me to where I needed to be today to hear the message of Pastor Sherry, Pastor Rosemary, just some amazing, Pastor Tangi, amazing women. Carla Cannon, you doing it, girl. Women of Standard just absolutely rocks. And if y'all don't know, you better ask somebody. So lovely ladies and men, I know there are men that watch my videos too. Ladies and gents, I hope you have an amazing day. For my loners, for my leaders, for my social introverts, for my entrepreneurs out there, where are you supposed to be? If you are an out-of-the-box girl, I identify with you. I see you. Trust me, I got you. So make sure that you head on over to Sister Sense. And of course, if you can be a part of my mastermind, I would love, love, love to share what I know with you about building your best business, life, and self online. So, all right. Mwah. That is it for today. Take care.